Right, hello everybody. So welcome to another video featuring this 2005 Renault Megane. So this car at the moment has this problem of the water ingress into these little kind of footwell storage areas. If I press down, you can probably see the water pooling up at the bottom of the carpet. You can also make out a bit of mold there. This problem is normally caused by the scuttle drains just ahead of the windscreen there getting blocked, and then what happens is I think then the water can track in through the heating and ventilation system. So what we're going to do today is get access to those drains and to try and unblock them. Okay, so we need to take this panel off, and to do that we need to take off the wiper arms. That's actually probably the most difficult part of this job, because if you've ever tried them before, you probably know they tend to get corroded on. So to help us along a little bit, I've already last night took these little caps off that just prise off, and I've sprayed a little bit of penetrating oil, WD-40 type stuff, to let that soak in and hopefully help us along a little bit. So at the risk of boring you all, just want to interrupt with a quick health and safety message. Don't forget that wiper arms have a very strong spring that joins these two bits together, so when you're handling them, be careful. You don't want to get your fingers caught anywhere. You obviously don't want anything flicking up and hitting you in the eye, obviously good sort of sturdy pair of gloves is a good idea, and of course probably most importantly safety specs, really a very good idea for doing all sorts of jobs. So on with the repair. Okay, so wiper blades are off, and then so next thing we want to do is just pull off this bit of foam here. Make a mental note of the way it goes in, and same over on this side, slightly different shape again. Make a mental note of the way it goes in. Pull it out, and then grab this rubber seal and take that off, like so. And then the next job is to remove this panel. So before we can do that, we need to remove these little clips. I'll just show you how to take one of those off in case you don't know, and we'll come back. Okay, sorry about that. So I just wanted to reset up the shot so I got both hands free. So the best way to do these is turn them slightly, and that inner bit comes up a little bit. Then fish up that inner bit like that, and once that's up a little bit, that inner bit, the rest of it will just pull out like that. I mean, they use these clips quite widely on these cars, so if you've done work on one of these before, you probably know how they work, but if this is your first job, that's how. So I hope that's helpful. Okay, so there's just 4 of those clips, by the way. So one there, and same on the other side, one there and one there. So once you've done that, next job is to remove these little trim pieces there. So let me see if I can do this one-handed whilst filming. Oh, this one's already unclipped from there, so it's going to be a bit easier. So it should actually be clipped on there. So you'd have to undo that clip and then sort of pull it out a bit more. And then there's another clip at the top. I think I'm gonna struggle to either do this one-handed or put the camera anywhere where I can film it, but actually there's that clip at the bottom and there's another clip just there, and I think sort of like 2 clips there and there if I remember correctly. So it's basically like pull it out that way and then down that way. I think once you're here doing it, you'll be able to figure that out for yourself. It should be reasonably obvious, I think. Right, so just to show you what this trim piece is like. So it goes on like that, and there's this bit at the top that kind of slots in and up like that, and then there's a total of 3 clips that look like that, and then the bits they fix onto look like that. Now, confession time, I actually ended up breaking that bit there. So I think what I should have done, I couldn't remember exactly how they went on, but what would have been better probably is if I use a tool like this and to just kind of thread it in through there and then pull that white bit off like that, then I would have avoided probably breaking that, because that would have unclipped with the white bit still in there, if you know what I mean. So you can learn from my mistake there, hopefully, and not break anything. Okay, so now it's just a matter of lifting this panel up and obviously kind of just sort of jiggling it kind of out from where it is. You can see it kind of needs to kind of move out that way, but you just need to sort of flex it a little bit in the corners to clear everything basically. So I'm just gonna do that using both hands and then come back at the next stage. Right, so here we are with the panel off, and you can pretty much see the problem straight away, because if you look down there, that is actually one of the drains. So there's obviously like a load of crap at the top there, which we're obviously going to clean out. But these drain pipes, they actually go down quite a way, all the way to the bottom of the car. So we're going to use like one of those like plumbers types tools to make sure it's clean all the way through, and then flush it through with a hose as well. So we'll make a bit of progress with that and then come back in a little bit. Right, so we're all done. This, by the way, is the plumber's tool type thing I was talking about. I'm sure there's a proper name for them, but I can't think what. And we've jetted through as well with the hose. And now if you pour some water in, it all flows like really freely, which is exactly what you want. And obviously there's one on the driver's side as well, underneath the windscreen wiper motor, so don't forget to do that one as well. And that's it. And then sort of it's just a matter of putting it back together in reverse order. I'm not going to film any of that. It's sort of much easier to put it back together than it is to take it apart. And that's all. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please support our little channel by clicking subscribe and also doing the thumbs up thing, please. Thank you. Bye.